Most people think a Vegas trip costs about $60 to drive. A tank of gas, maybe two, and you're at the Bellagio. That number isn't wrong, but it isn't the answer either. The real math on driving from Los Angeles to Las Vegas in 2026 produces a different result, and the gap between the obvious number and the accurate one is larger than most travelers assume. The basic figures are straightforward. Los Angeles to the Las Vegas Strip is 270 miles up I-15, 540 round trip. There are no tolls on this route. California regular gas hit $5.92 a gallon on June 7th, according to AAA. A 2026 Toyota Camry hybrid gets 51 miles per gallon combined. 540 miles divided by 51 is about 10.5 gallons, at a weighted California-Nevada price of $5.73 a gallon. That comes to $60.65 in fuel. The EV comparison is closer than people expect. The same trip in a 2026 Tesla Model Y, rated by the EPA at about 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour, requires roughly 154 kilowatt hours. Charging at home in California, where residential electricity averages 33.35 cents per kilowatt hour according to the EIA, costs about $51.45. A full home charge isn't enough for the round trip, so a stop at the Barstow Supercharger, which runs 44 cents per kilowatt hour, is realistic. A practical mix of home and supercharger energy lands around $59.70. The EV costs almost exactly what the Camry costs in gas. AAA publishes a report each year called Your Driving Costs. The 2025 edition put the all-in cost of owning a medium sedan at 66.37 cents per mile. Fuel accounts for only 11.13 cents of that figure. The remaining 55 cents is depreciation, insurance, maintenance, registration, and finance charges, all of which apply whether the car leaves the driveway or not. Applied to the 540-mile round trip, the medium sedan actually costs $358. The EV, at 71.21 cents per mile, costs $385. Fuel is about 17% of the true cost of driving. The other 83% is everything else. Flying is the natural comparison. Round-trip airfare from LAX to LAS on Frontier was recently as low as $114. Delta was around $199, Southwest $215, and American and United around $225. The flight itself takes about an hour and 15 minutes. The ticket is not the full price. Frontier charges roughly $30 to $60 for a checked bag, with additional fees for carry-ons on the cheapest fares. LAX economy parking runs $35 a day. At Harry Reid Airport, every rideshare pickup includes a mandatory $4.50 airport fee, and a typical Uber to the Strip costs $20 to $35. The Nevada Taxi Cab Authority sets flat taxi fares from $21.25 to $29.25 before tax and surcharges. Combined, one person flying round trip with a checked bag and ground transport at both ends comes to roughly $210 to $310. Two people, $430 to $560. A family of four, $750 to $950. Side by side, two people driving the Camry to Vegas and back spend $60.65 in gas. Two people flying spend $430 on the low end and around $560 in practice. Driving is significantly cheaper. For a family of four, the gap widens further. One tank moves the entire family for $61, compared with $800 or more to fly. The only scenario in which flying beats driving is a solo traveler who finds a sub-$100 fare, packs to a personal item, and has a free ride to LAX. Outside that narrow case, driving costs less. The broader context matters. California gas is $5.92 a gallon. In June 2021, it averaged about $4.26. That is a 39% increase in 5 years. AAA described May 2026 as the highest gas prices in 4 years. Nevada regular sits at $5.32, which is 87 cents per gallon cheaper than California. Filling up after crossing the state line at Prim reduces the trip cost. Las Vegas resort fees now average $42.36 a night, a charge that applies regardless of how the traveler arrives. The conclusion is direct. The cheapest way from Los Angeles to Las Vegas in 2026 is to drive. A fuel-efficient car helps. Filling up in Nevada rather than California saves money. EV drivers should charge at home before leaving and plan a single stop at Barstow. I-15 should be avoided on Friday afternoons and Sunday afternoons, when the drive can stretch from 5 hours to 7. Travelers who do fly should skip the airport rental car and watch for bag fees on Frontier and Spirit. The Vegas trip most people estimate at $60 in gas actually costs $358 once the full price of car ownership is counted. The marginal cost, which is the only figure that changes when the decision to go is made, remains that single tank of gas. For 2 travelers, or 4, no airline can match it. If this saved you from overpaying on your next trip, hit subscribe and drop the route you want us to break down next in the comments.